Hey, what's up? This is Anthony, and I'm going to do something I haven't done in quite a long time. I'm actually going to be doing a movie review. This movie was recommended to me by Detox, aka John. We were talking, and he recommended me this psychological sort of thriller film called Vivarium. And oh man, this movie was something. uh, Now, if you don't know what this movie is, it's a movie that stars Jesse Eisenberg and who is the other? Imogen Poots. I think that's how you Potes. I don't know how you pronounce her name, but uh, this movie came out in 2019, and it's about a school teacher named Gemma with her boyfriend Tom, who, they all hang out, and one day they go into this room where they meet this weird, kind of perfect looking dude named Martin, and he's advertising a neighborhood with houses, a place called Yonder. And, you know, when you see him, you know, he's kind of strange. So he takes Gemma and Tom around, and to see these houses, and every house looks the exact same, and the entire town looks the exact same. It's almost like one of the if you it sort of reminded me of like Squidsville from that one episode of SpongeBob. If you've seen that episode. Anyway, this and they go here, and then they have a tour of the house. It's pretty typical. And then Martin just out of the blue disappears. And then Gemma and Tom try to get back to the car, and uh, they realize that, well, they try to drive around. They're driving hours and hours, and they're actually literally stuck in the area, and they can't get out. And then all of a sudden, they get a package. So they have to live in this house, whatever, of food, and they're trying to figure out how to get out. They literally go throughout the entire neighborhood, and they're kind of going a little crazy because they're like, "Whoa, gotta get out of here," So, uh, then this package comes, and this baby comes, and they have to take care of this baby and raise it. Which, funny enough, I saw the the baby that was in it kind of looked like me as a baby, so that kind of freaked me out. Like, if you saw him, and a picture of me as a baby, we looked like very identical. So, yeah, they take care of it, and then eventually a lot of weird stuff happens. This boy is very like alien-like. It's not like an usual kind of boy where it's like kind of normal. He's like, in fact, like his voice changes also. You know, say hello, hey. In fact, at one point, like the voice kind of sounded like something like Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Okay, think of like Trey Parker and Matt Stone doing the South Park voices, but normalized without any editing. That's kind of what sort of the voice sounded like sometimes. It was really weird. This whole movie is actually freaking weird. Uh, and I have to say, it was a great movie. I like kind of weird movies. I've always been kind of a weird person who always like sort of like what the F kind of movies. In fact, this was actually my reaction after watching the movie.
What did I just watch? seriously, I, you know,
Yeah. So, it's a great movie. You can actually find it on Netflix. I think it might be on Blu-ray and DVD. I think so. But the way I saw it was on Netflix. Uh, it's really, really freaking weird. It's absolutely freaking weird. Like there's parts in the movie that'll make you just go like, "What?" You know, it's just like, or just like, because it's like sort of like the main character is sort of descended to madness, trying to raise this kid and trying to figure out how to get out of this whole neighborhood and what's going on. And by the end, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a lot more to it than uh, like what you find out early in the film, and it's pretty bleak. I'm not gonna lie, but I absolutely recommend this movie. If you're in for like a weird kind of psychological like a movie that kind of screws with your mind sort of movie, this is the movie for you. It's got elements of horror. I don't know if I would call it a entire horror movie per se. I would call it more of like a psychological thriller. But if you want like a sort of, it was almost like an episode of The Twilight Zone, if I can explain that, or if that explains anything. Yeah. So that was my movie review. Definitely check out Vivarium. If you really want a weird film. Uh, I, but it's in a good way. It's in a really, it's different. It's a movie that's just so different, and you know, the director sort of reminded me a lot of M. Night Shyamalan in some ways. So that's another director to sort of give you an idea of this film. So uh, I don't really do ratings for movies like, oh, 5 out of 5. I just loved it. That's my rating. I don't really give really ratings because, you know. But yeah, check out Vivarium and let me know what you think of it. Um, I'll have this review up pretty soon. Going to Vegas pretty soon, so. But that's a whole nother thing. Anyway, check out Vivarium, and I'll see you in the next movie review whenever that is. Bye.